So there were several stage effects that we had, and I can mention a couple. One of them was we created, and once again we built a lot of stuff ourselves. We built this big StarCastle sign. This sign was gigantic. I'm going to say it was about 20 feet long, and it was made of wood. So it was heavy, and it had lights strung throughout it that did all this flashing and did all this elaborate stuff. And what we found, and then we built these wooden crates that we had to use to move it in, and what we found was we took it to the first job where we ever used this thing, and in part of this it was kind of like a logo that we created, and there was a star in the center of it that formed the A under the StarCastle. There was a star, and the thing was so enormous and so gigantic and so complex that there was no way we could get this thing set up in time for a normal gig. We used it one time, and then we abandoned pretty much the whole sign except for the star. So the star remained, and we were able to then, at various times in our show, depending on what we were playing that night, we would raise, we had a little hand crank forklift, and we would raise the star up. It was, maybe about 6-7 feet tall, had chase lights in it. Cool. It was a cool thing. There is a funny story about that, and I'll tell you, it was so there was a job that we did, and it was on a stage with curtains, and we had the star back behind us, and Herb was set up over on the right, as he always was, my right. The curtains opened, and we started, I think it was Lady of the Lake that we might have started with on that particular show, and there's a keyboard solo where, he had multiple synthesizers, organs, and so on, and he would turn around to play a synthesizer part, and the synthesizer was gone. And it turned out that the curtain had caught on the edge of the synthesizer and pulled it off onto the floor. And so the road manager decided that he was going to help out. So he started running around back behind the band, and he hit his head on the edge of this forklift that held the star, knocked himself out. So he was unconscious, laying back there. We had no keyboard, and we were trying to play this song. These are the kind of things that happen when you play live. But fortunately, we got through it, and all ended well. He came to, and it was fine.